I wanted to start my energy reading for today. This full moon in Scorpio. You guys know Scorpio is intense. It feels all the feels, okay? It has you in your emotion and it really highlights the emotion and energetic feel that you are carrying, okay? So, I want to tell you Scorpio for me was intense because the girl already has that in her chart. Okay. I am a Scorpio moon already. So it was definitely testing out my throat chakra. Okay. It was testing out my throat chakra. A lot of us in this time, you maybe have feeling the need to speak up, to talk up for yourself, the need to have justice, meaning in wherever area you feel that you have not been voicing how you feel, or you have been not you have not been taking seriously. This was the time to do so because it's surfaced. And so you may have been expressing yourself a little bit more. You may have been wanting to be seen, to be heard, to be understood. And so this has done it, okay? It's definitely have been working on your sacral chakra. A lot of us who have been suppressing our voice and not speaking up when it's needed or when you feel, and not to say like to do it brash or just whatever I'm feeling, I just say, but it could have been something you've been dealing with for a while. And so you've been kind of suppressing it or not knowing how to express it in a healthy way. This was the time to really reflect on what that is and start to share and express how you feel. Okay. So when there's stuff like that, you're going to be feeling in that sacral chakra. You may be seeing the color red, the color orange. Okay. And what I've been seeing is elephants as well. Elephant is a symbolism of power and strength. And when we talk about the voice, right? The voice in expressing yourself has a lot to do with trusting the way that you feel. I know for me personally, I gaslight my feelings. And I realize I do that in a way to kind of suppress certain things that feels conflicting to share or to express. And so the elephant was telling me, like, girl, you have the power and the strength to voice, okay, what you need to share. You're feeling it in that sacral because you are busy suppressing it, okay? So you're holding this energy into your womb. Okay, and to release that, you need to be able to say what needs to be said. And this is not conflict, it's growth. Okay, honor your voice, honor your expression. Yes, writing is great, but sometimes we have to use that oracle, okay, your voice. And saying oracle means appreciating how you feel, understanding how you feel, accepting how you feel, and to trust how you feel in order to express what it is that you're feeling. When you gaslight your feelings, you're not trusting it exactly how you feel, how the energy is in the air, and you have to trust yourself. If something is not right, something is not right. Okay, just as if trusting yourself when something is good, you must also trust when something doesn't feel right. And to use your voice, okay, that oracle that understands energy, that knows that something in the air is heavy and isn't good, and express that verbally. Okay. Um, I use writing as a way to not use my voice and to share in a way that I feel comfortable. But sometimes you're not seen and you're not heard because you're not expressing in the way that it needs. Your voice is power. Okay. Just like the elephant, powerful, great leadership skills. Okay. It's known for prosperity. That's why Black folks have elephants in a room with the trunk up. Okay. If you guys are into culture, you'll know that. All right. And that is very symbolic of, think about a female elephant. She's strong. She's powerful. Okay. She brings the energy of leadership. Okay. She fights when she needs to. Okay. You know what I mean? And so knowing that us as women, thanks you so much for the love, Maya, knowing us as women, we have to do the work of not suppressing our voice, especially in these days and times when there's so much things out there that makes us suppress our voice and question our worth, question how we feel, to see if those feelings are even valid in the world that we live in. And they are. They are very valid. Okay? Your voice matters. How you feel matters. Your emotions are very valid. Okay? So stop gaslighting yourself, feel empowered to share what you need to share. And if someone takes you saying how you need, expressing yourself in a way that you need to, then that means they're not for you. It's okay. You don't have to fight for the exception of others. They either accept you or they don't. And if you matter, they'll work on it. And if you don't matter, they'll let you know. And that's okay. I'm, I'm thankful that this was helpful to you. And so I just wanted to share that. And here are some positive affirmations that I love to use whenever I'm feeling a kind of way or I'm trying to find that strength to share, or knowing that I have support, in a spirit realm, to say what needs to be said and to have justice for myself. Because I feel like you speaking up and speaking up for yourself is providing justice for yourself, justice for your feelings, justice for the way you know, move about in the world, justice for what you feel like is not right, but it goes unspoken. Don't just use this platform to write out all your feelings, but not actually dealing with it in real life, in reality. It's so important to do that, because you're going to end up being like this depressed writer. Like, we know that writing, that's the best fruit, right? It's when it's coming from this place of realness, of rawness, right? I love to write in that space. But also, I need to also, every time I write, it's like I have to do the work in real life after, right? A lot of my writing sometimes, or like my spontaneous writing, is venting. Some of it is revelation, some of it is clarity. And it just happens and unfolds as I write. And that's what I love about writing, is that I get to express myself in the way that I need to, in the way that I want to, the way that I desire, with nobody judging, or, even if they do, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? But at the same token, it's so important to fight for yourself, fight for your feelings, fight for what you think is right, in a way that brings about positivity. And even if it doesn't bring about the thing that you was hoping for, it's still all positive, right? Because you're guided and you're loved in the energetic field. Your ancestors are there for you. Okay, let's go deeper. All right. Here's a positive affirmation. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation or merely calls for help. Okay? That means if you're feeling like separate from yourself, like you can't say what you need to say, you can't do what you need to do, you're just holding things, this is the time you call for help. Ooh, surrender that. Okay? That's not of your highest good. Okay? You got to trust that everything is happening for your highest good. All the conflict, all the drama. Even though we hate it, it's to push us to our greatest good. Okay? You're powerful. You got this. You can do this. You can do hard things. Okay? The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Okay, I love this, because the moment that I accept what's happening, whether it's going left or whether it's going good, or just saying and expressing whatever I need to express, and let it out and let it be, that's when the universe starts just letting things unveil itself, or bringing resolution or clarity. And I love that, because I realized a lot of times when I was not saying what needed to be said, it brought no clarity. It brought no resolution because you're not saying what needs to be said, right? So use your voice, okay? The moment you do that and you release it from within your being, that's when God says, okay, she took the first step. She took initiative. She said what needs to be said. Let's go. All right. And I realized that. So the more and more I do that, the more strength and confidence I have in speaking up for myself and doing and saying what needs to be said. Oh, I love this. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Oh, my fearless. Feel that, feel that, feel that. Sit with that. My fearless freedom lights up the world. The freedom to say what needs to be said. The freedom to be creative in the way that you want to be creative in. The freedom to be seen and heard in the way that you want to be seen and heard. It's a gift. It does lights up the world in a way that where darkness is. When you shine, okay, we are star beings. When you shine a light on the darkness. And sometimes this brings haters around, or jealousy and envy. And I say this not to like be like, oh no, we don't want that. But it happens naturally because when you shine your light, you're shining a light on the places that people want to be free in. Okay, fearless freedom. But they don't know how to be free in it. And you're an example of what that looks like. And so just continue being you. Keep walking authentically in your light. You can't dim your light because someone else's light in that area is dark. We have our own parts that we need to work on. We'll find someone else and feel the same way because they are shining in this area and maybe we aren't shining there. But that's the guide. Use that as a guide instead of being jealous and envious. Okay? I am the dreamer of my dream. You get to create the reality you live in, but you only get to do that when you are present and you are listening to yourself and you are trusting your emotions and you are trusting your walk, your gifts. You get to create your reality. You get to become what you want to become, regardless of circumstances. It's up to you. You got it. It's in you, not on you. Okay. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. I love this because sometimes we have our gifts, we have our talents, we're writing to be able to achieve this, achieve that. And it's like you holding and confining yourself to a box and you have no clue what God can do, right? But what I love is that when I surrender the idea that how a certain thing is supposed to manifest, like me having this conversation, a challenging, uncomfortable conversation with someone, and I'm pushing myself to say what needs to be said in hopes of this outcome, this particular outcome. And who's to say that that's how it needs to be? That may never happen. But what it does is expose exactly the situation and the resolution, how it needs to unfold. When you allow and you surrender, you allow the universe to come together for your highest good. That's what you're doing. Release the need to control, surrender, and allow the universe, God, creator, source, to manifest your desires in the best, unique way, specially made for you. Because it knows your desires, it knows your dreams, it knows what you want, but it knows even more so how to bring it back about for you. The strength that you will need for it, the knowledge, the wisdom that you will need for it, the confidence that you will need for it. So every piece, every moment that's unfolding is unfolding to a step closer to what you dreaming of, what you're dreaming of, the dream that God placed in you. This wasn't something that you just said, well, I want to be this because I saw something. Or sometimes, yes, but everything that you see, everything that you believe, everything that you dream of is in correlation to the desire that God placed in you, the dream that He placed in you. So surrender to that. Don't surrender to just the abyss, but surrender to trusting that God knows what your highest good is and that that's unfolding for you. All right. So thank you so much for joining, Maya. I appreciate it. And I'm glad this was able to help, even if it's just one. Listen, I'm always counting. That's my thing. Got to get over that. But anyways, peace and blessings, and you will find this recording in my newsletter. So you'll be able to check it out. And I will have a write up with it too of what I dealt with personally during this new Scorpio moon. And this will be carrying out. You'll be seeing this. You'll be reflecting a lot. You'll be feeling your feelings. You'll be trying to empower yourself to say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. So, yes, of course. Thank you so much for being here. And I appreciate you. And until next time, peace and blessings.